Hello, I'm Alex Gill with Anime on Location, and we were here at Ohayocon 2014 with Mike McFarland. Last time we spoke with you was at ACEN 2 years ago. How have things been since then?
Much like what it was before then, they've just been really, really busy. I'm very fortunate, very blessed with the amount of work that I get to work on and the things I get to do. Continuing with One Piece, the Evangelion films, Wolf Children, a few random things here and there. Yeah, I've just been staying very, very busy.
Sounds good. How is it like working on the award-winning film Wolf Children?
Wolf Children. Wolf Children is one of my favorite projects ever. I love Hosoda's films. The director is Mamoru Hosoda. It's the same director who did The Girl Who Leapt Through Time and Summer Wars. Summer Wars is another one that I got to work on. It's a beautiful, beautiful tale. It's a story of Hana. It's a mother who has two children that have the ability to turn into wolves, as it were. But it's not like a typical werewolf story. It's a very touching and heartwarming story. It's very family-oriented, mostly meaning that it's about the family, not necessarily that all ages should see this film. It's a little rough here and there, but like maybe 10, 12-year-old on up, just not little tiny kids. But it's a really beautiful film, and I really hope everyone will give it a watch, whatever language you choose to watch it in. It's very brilliant.
Sounds great. What were your responsibilities as director for this film?
Pretty similar to my responsibilities of most of the things I work on. The casting, the looking over the script to make sure that the intent of what the Japanese said is reflected in the dub dialogue, that the dialogue sounds nice and fluid and it's not super choppy. Seeing it through the mix, making sure that the mix represents the best way to tell the story. Do we need more dialogue here? Do we need more music? The sound effects, all these sorts of things, and how they blend together to give the most appropriate and most impactful emotional impact.
Do you have any thoughts as to why this series became so popular, why it's exploded in America the way it has?
Well, I mean, One Piece is such a good story. It's got wonderful characters. It's popular worldwide. It's a super popular show. I'm glad that people are giving it, each year, each month, each whatever. We're getting more and more people who find and are interested in One Piece, and it's just gaining popularity. And it's deservedly so. It's the cast on either side of the world. They're fantastic. The characters are great. The story's great. It looks so super broad and cartoony, for lack of a better word, but because of that, it kind of suckers you in when there's like some content that has a lot of emotional impact and that will tug at a lot of heartstrings, and you weren't expecting that. So I think that's what keeps people continuing to watch. Is it's surprisingly much deeper and heartfelt than your typical, action adventure, young hero show.
Yeah. All right. Now, speaking of popular, how do you feel that the Evangelion movies are moving along as they go into box office and Blu-ray?
Thank you, baby. Little kiss from Brad Swale never hurt anybody. The Evangelion films, I love how they're going. The first one obviously seems to be the most familiar territory. There's minor changes here and there, but the first Evangelion film feels a lot like watching a newer, prettier version of the series. The second one, we started to drift off from that quite a bit, and the third one, if you haven't seen it yet, is like, what? I love them, and I love that it's not just a rehash of the old Evangelion series. I'm very curious to see where they're going to go with the fourth movie. I love working on them. I love getting the chance to work with Spike Spencer and Allison Keith and these people who I generally only get to see on these projects. They're really, really fantastic actors, and I hope to continue to do so when the fourth one comes out.
Sounds wonderful. More on the popular front, how is it working on the television show game with Walking Dead Survival Instinct?
Survival Instinct. I haven't actually got to play Survival Instinct. I was super ecstatic to be a part of it because I am a huge fan of this TV series. I can't say that I've seen the comics or the graphic novel or any of these sorts of things. I haven't kept up with it in that capacity, but I love the show so much, and super stoked to be a part of it in whatever capacity. I know that Norman Reedus was on the game as well, and a couple of other cast members, and that also is a big for me as well because I just love it so much. And then also on the live action front, it's fun to also have Brina Palencia, having been in the video game, and she was on the show as another character recently, so that's fun too.
Sounds great. How did you enjoy your work on Borderlands 2?
I constantly enjoy my work on Borderlands too. There was the initial run of the game and whatever I did with that, and then there's just different DLC that pops up, and I get to continue to keep auditioning or just being called in to work on minor parts for that. I think the Borderlands 2 universe is super, super fun, and I think that the writing is super, super funny. It's just a fun game.
Sounds great. Any final words to get to the fans out there watching? Any contact information that you can provide that lets them know what you're up to?
Sure. You can find me on Twitter at Mike McFarland VA. I'm on Facebook. There is a fan/career type following page there, which is great because my normal page is just me posting pictures of food. What else do I have? Funimation, they frequently put out weekly videos of things that we have coming up and that we're working on. I pop in from those from time to time. Keep looking for more One Piece, obviously, because we just announced some more. And hopefully there'll be a few other projects coming down the pipe that I currently can't talk about, but hopefully the world will know about soon.
All right, well, we'll be waiting for more news on those currently NDAs. Mike McFarland, thank you so much for your time. It's been a pleasure.
Cool. Thanks for having me.
All right.
Bye, guys.